Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be doing a little chart weekly overview slash what we should have done, or not what we should have done, because this is basically what I did. That's just I took a loss one time this week, but basically, we're going to be going over the week, what ended up happening, what was the best outcome, and kind of like what we can learn from that. So let's get right into it. Right, this is Monday. It's 8:45 right now. I guess it's 9. Right, so we're gonna bring it just one more forward here. The reasoning is that I started trading me personal at 9:25, so right now it's 9:15. So what can we tell from this? Well, we had a big move down. We had a nice reaction here at the bottom. Ended up moving back up into OTE from last week. It would be my guess. Yeah, we're right into OTE here. So what we can do is either wait for a move somewhere down to here on the equilibrium to then long, or we can try to short if we can end up getting a sweeper of some kind, or just anything really going on up here. There's most likely a 1 hour fair value gap or something above here that could support us. So we're just gonna let price play out a little bit, see what's going on. We're gonna drop down to the 5 minute here to get more accurate view of what's happening. And most likely our target will either be this low here or this low here at London, right? So with that being said, we're gonna get right into it, and we're kind of just gonna see what's going on. So play one candle here. Right now it's 9:25. We'll play one more, and the next candle that I press will be market open. So we'll see what market open brings us here. Ends up being quite undecisive here on the market open. We're gonna let it go one more time, and now we get that nice move up. Big sweep here of the London high. Nice close as well. Right there at the London high. So we're gonna drop down to the 1 minute here, see if there's anything at all we can find, or anything we can kind of do. We have a nice 1 minute gap right here. Let's see if this thing holds or if it even goes back there or anything really. Ends up not going back, so that's kind of unfortunate. We're gonna let this thing play out here. We're just gonna be watching at this point and kind of expecting either a pullback or a move straight up to this high here where I have my line here. We're gonna put it down a little bit because if we reach here, most likely we're gonna go take out the high anyways. Another 1 minute gaps gets printed. We inverse that. Not quite enough here for me to get confirmed on into the shorts. I like that we made a low here, end up kind of breaking through it a little bit. We're gonna let this thing. We're gonna give this thing a little bit more room. Ends up going back up here. We'll put our Fibonacci down on here. Ended up going past EQ, OTE. We have another 1 minute gap here that could be interesting to see if we inverse that soon-ish here. End up making a new high. That's good. That's fine. We're going to terminate this Fibonacci. Go over here. Put on this 1 minute here. Our bias is to go lower at this point unless we get big displacement to the upside. But even if we do, we're not taking a long. Ends up respecting the gap quite nicely here. Makes a new high. And now we start seeing some form of displacement here. But this gap still holds. We'll wait a bit, see what's going on. Ends up respecting it one more time. I would kind of expect the high to get taken here, and it does. All right. At this point here, can take off this gap here. We're just gonna be looking, right? We want to see some big displacement down. It's currently 10:38. Still no trade. Ideally, we get some kind of move down here soon-ish. We are going down slightly. We've made these kind of like little candles here, but not quite enough yet. I need some bearish confirmation. Oh, and this here looks great. Now, this is our original gap that we did want to see. Realistically speaking, because our draw is so much lower, if we can just get a tap into this previous high here, and we put our stop up there and our TP at the London low, we get a nice almost 1 to 3. So if we can get that, we'll definitely slap something here. So we'll put the limit order down. 1 to 3 contracts. I don't think that really matters for the purpose of this. The amount of contracts is just to see if we did the right move. So we end up getting tapped in here. Stop loss at the high, and then we'll kind of take our profits as we go with our final TP being at the low. Ideally, oh, actually I put my TP in the wrong place. TP is supposed to be here. Oh, it's not even a 1-to-1. That's not great. All right, well, we'll tighten our stop is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna put the stop right up here. If we do get stopped out, we'll enter another one. That's good. That's fine. And then right here we can put a TP for 1, and here we'll put 2 TPs, right, to have our partial ready. So let's see what we get. I still like the entry. I just wish I knew that this was the RR. So we just took our first TP. Not gonna move SL just yet. This thing could very well retrace still a little bit. We do make this little high and we break. So now I would be interested in putting it here, and then ends up getting stopped out. So not the best trade here, but if we can get a move higher, maybe we can re-enter this and just kind of take it internal to internal. Nice little move here. We get some kind of displacement, pull back here. Now at this point, I could be interested in trading something like this. So we'll re-enter our 2 contracts here, tighter stop loss. We'll put our SL at the high, TP at the low, 1 to 1.3. Not the worst RR, definitely better than the other one. We got stopped out here. We might get another chance to enter, and we do hit profit. All right. So, little rough entry on the first one. I thought that was 100% on me. I misread the TP. For some reason, I put it at the equilibrium when realistically I did say I wanted to see London low. And we do end up seeing it right here at 1140. So nice little move today on the Monday. Ended up going up 432 USD. But that doesn't mean much. Realistically, it's probably like a 2R 2R on the Monday. So I'll see you guys on the Tuesday. All right, so I kind of forgot that Tuesday was a bank holiday, so I skipped it entirely, and now we're gonna go Wednesday. Basically, this is the action that we have. We've just swept out these highs here in London. This kind of looks good for a Asia accumulation, London manipulation down, and then distribution lower. Where lower? That's a good question. I'd be interested in seeing possibly equilibrium of this leg here from yesterday or from the bank holiday. Other than that, I do need some kind of confirmation in order for me to go short. And the reason why I'm not going long is simply because we've been going down a lot recently, and I'm thinking shorts are just more viable right now. Other than that, we did get a nice retracement here on off this leg. Big displacement here, bullish though. We could go take out London high. We'll let market open to its thing, and we'll see what's going on. So right now it's 9:10. We're gonna bring it up all the way to market open 9:15, 20, 25. So next candle should be market open. Realistically, I'd be open to sending a short if we can come back into here at market open or sweep one of these highs. But, we're not in an ideal world, so we'll never know truly what's gonna happen. I'll put a sell side here in case we do end up entering the trade, and I do want a partial, so I know exactly where to partial. This one here as well. So we'll kind of let it play out here. I'm gonna press play one more time. Oh, you mother. All right. Slightly unfortunate. I do want to see EQ though, so hopefully we can kind of get a retracement here off the next. I'll go in the 1 minute. Um, no real kind of entry possibility. Maybe here, but even then, I need a little bit more upside here for me to enter a long. So if EQ's taken, this will be no trade. So no trade. And it ends up going even lower. All right. Well, unfortunate. Moving on to the next day. No entry here for me. All right. So welcome to Thursday, where we do have these equal highs that do seem enticing, but we are still in a bearish trend overall, in my opinion. So not really kind of counting on this. We did just sweep out a bunch of these lows here, but there is the new week opening gap right around here. So that is kind of what we're going to be targeting today, most likely. If we do want to go up and sweep this, that's fine, but I'm not going to be risking longs on this. It's kind of the same thing as yesterday, where we didn't get an entry. I do expect that it's a possibility for today as well. I would love to see these highs here swept, but again, it might not happen. We'll see what happens. I'll drop down to the 1 minute to get a better kind of view. But again, I don't really kind of count on it being a trading day today. So right now it's 9:18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Pull back into this double gap here. Is this something or somewhere I would want to enter for this? Unfortunately not. Realistically, I do think it's a possibility we just dump straight. And again, if we do, that's really unfortunate. But I would love to see a little bit more. So we'll kind of wait, and hopefully we don't just dump. So we sweep this high, and now we get nice displacement to the downside. See, now this looks great, right? This is the candle closure. Stop at this high, keep at the low. We've just swept all these highs here, reacted off the two gaps. Nice 1 to 3. We're gonna slap on 3 cons, put our SL where it's supposed to be, around 200 loss. That's fine. That's 1R. And then we'll put our TP here. Realistically, where could we TP as well? Nowhere really. It will most likely just be a trailing. No partials, just trail the stop along with the trade, which hopefully goes our way. So we're gonna play it out. And then we get nice movement here to the downside. Really nice movement. At this point, I can move my stop to this high here. Not quite in profit yet. I do think we could get a pullback. It's a very real possibility, but we end up going straight to TP. So there you go. This one was much better than the day before. Notice how the day before kind of just went, whereas on this day we had a nice candle sweep the high, respect the gap, and drop below. From there, we can enter on the candle close, always on the candle close, and we get a nice 1 to 3R right there, straight to the new week opening gap. I don't know if it dumped any further than that. We got a nice retracement here at this point, but it doesn't look like it drops much further than that, and then it just keeps rallying. Ends up respecting the stop loss and going back to TP. Imagine that. This is the power of a nice stop loss. Ends up even going further than TP. So whatever. Trade hit, TP hit. We're up 5R so far on the week, so that's pretty fucking decent if I may say so myself. So let's get straight into Friday. Okay, now we took the New York opening gap. We took this last week's low on the Friday. Now, I could see this thing start to reverse. The reasoning is simple. This on a bigger time frame, if I was to go on, let's say, a 4-hour, we're in a massive uptrend on the 4-hour. This is just a sweep of the low, right? And then ready to go to bounce back even higher. So, with that being said, could I expect a sweep of these lows? Sure. But I would like to see at the bare minimum equilibrium of this range. So this is here. Now, ideally, we could send this shit all the way up to the high, these highs, anything. But at the bare fucking minimum, this is what I want to see, right? So we're going to see if we can get an entry here. We're going to drop down to the 1 minute. We already know what we're looking for, right? Just a nice proof that the market wants to go our way. We don't try to predict. We react to what the market's telling us again, right? So we're going to want to see some form of bullish reaction off anything. So let's just see here, but we're going to wait for market open like usual. So market open could send us straight there too. 928, 929, one more. And this is the market open candle. Ends up bringing us down, closing this gap and wicking the high. We could very well be going to the low, but again, we do have these nice lows here that could kind of potentially hold us there with the gap below. But I wouldn't count on it too much. We'll wait and see what the market's telling us. So we'll go one more, and ends up sweeping the low entirely. That's amazing. That's great actually. If it can kind of get a nice move back higher in a V shape type, that's exactly what we want right there. Oh my god, I'd say it went a little too high. Realistically, the entry would have been here on the candle close. I don't know why it went like it just did. I'm gonna bring it back just to get the right entry here on the close of this gap, inverse or value gap. Now that I think about it, this is the exact trade that I took, so I know exactly what happens here. So we're just gonna let it play out, and yeah, TP hit. Now, what would have been the best move here in your opinion? Honestly, what I should have done, this is what I did Friday, but what I should have done is I should have taken 2 here. So we're going to bring it back one more time. And I'm going to show you exactly what should have been done. Now, I don't remember exactly if it works out. But what should have been done is you enter 3. You put your stop loss here. And you take 2 out here. Okay. So that when price hits your TP, you're still in one contract. And that one contract can actually go a really long way. So now you're in one contract, right? You can go break even. And let's see if we could have squeezed out anything more, right? So we can kind of hope for this high or any of these highs. But at this point, I would just be trailing my stop, right? I wouldn't be aiming for any high, really. So now we just made a low here. Trail that below the low. And then just kind of let this thing go. If it breaks the high one more time, like it just did, I can bring my stop higher here. And just now we get stopped out. But realistically, I could have been even more patient, left it there, and probably put my stop below here now. And we're going to break the high one more time, right? There you go. So what you can do when this happens, you can kind of just trail your stop and squeeze out some more profits. From the Friday, I did exactly what this trade has right here. So that might have been a mistake by me, but realistically, it's just a safe play, and I still take my profits, and I'm happy with it, and there's no problem. But yeah, so we waited for the liquidity sweep, nice V-shaped recovery, close to fair value gap, big move to the equilibrium of the range. Could have been aiming much higher. I'm kind of curious to see how high this thing actually goes if I would have left one con running. So as you can see, we do get some nice movement up throughout the whole day. So we could have squeezed out a lot more profit off this one contract, right? Could have gone fucking 1 to 6, 1 to 7, probably, possibly, maybe even more than that. I'll even go as far as saying maybe I'll go in the bigger time frame and we'll kind of see how much we could have actually gotten from this. So it ends up coming back here, and I guess it's okay. And this is where we're at. Okay, so this is about the maximum we could have gone here. Nice to 1.6. Realistically, probably would have been stopped out around here somewhere. So truthfully, it was a 1 to 5 RR, but we got a 1 to 1.3. We were already up 5 R. So this week could have been a 6.3 R week return. Ideal in an ideal world, I personally made like I think it was like a 1.8 or 2 R return this week or something like that. So still decent, but obviously maximizing profit and minimizing losses would have been a nice 6.3 R win week. So yeah. On that note, guys, I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you guys did, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Also, if you guys want to watch me live trade, I trade live in my free Discord. Links in the bio. I always forget to say it. Peace.